Hey there, YouTube fans. How you going, man? Taking one for the team. My chair isn't very comfortable. Very comfortable. Okay, now let me take my time to tell you this story because it's getting back quite a while now, and so my memory's getting a bit, thin as you get older. But look, it goes something like this. So I went to a shopping centre here in my town in Australia, and I noticed that this little, 3 or 4 year old boy, little dark-skinned boy, was lost. And so I tried to communicate with him. There's nobody around, no parents, nobody around. And I said, where do you live? Where do you live? Take me to where you live. So I tried to walk him home, and he started walking in one direction. And so I followed him along, and over the other side, a long way away, some other young men saw me walking with him. Now, it was unusual because I'm Italian, white-skinned, let's say, and this little kid was dark-skinned, so it was a bit unusual. Anyway, so I kept on walking with him for a while, and he tried to take me to what apparently was his grandmother's place or something, but he couldn't communicate properly with me, and I started to realize he was dressed in Aboriginal clothes or Torres Strait Islander clothes. So I thought, okay, well, he's probably Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander. And it became clear to me after a while that he didn't understand. He didn't know where his home was. I couldn't understand him. He couldn't communicate properly. So I thought, look, the best thing to do is turn around and go back to the shops where I picked him up from and call the police. So while I was walking down to the shops, in the other direction, I made the call to the police. That's right. And I started walking back, I think. And I said, look, I'm going to take this kid back to the IGA store here. And while I was walking back with the little kid next to me, he wasn't holding his hand, I wasn't touching the kid. And the parent and his siblings started walking to me. The mum started walking to me. And I could tell that it was a mum because the sister started, recognizing the kid, started communicating that the kid was their brother, right? And the mum was saying, oh, thank you very much. I didn't know where the kid went, etc., etc. And I said, this is your boy and everything. Yeah, it's my boy and everything. And I thought, okay, well, great. He's reunited with his mum, and that's great. And so I'll call the police back. And I remember that I was in the car, probably using hands-free, and I called them. I said, look, good news is, don't worry about it. The kid's found his mother, right? Now, I didn't take any names. It's not my right. I didn't know this kid. It's not my son. It's the kid's son, right? So I didn't ask, what's your name? I didn't even know the kid's name. He couldn't say his name, right? Anyway, so I get back home, and I was married at the time, and all of a sudden, knock, knock, knock on the door. And there was the police there. And I said, oh, hi guys, I made a call. The kid's back with his mum, right? Because the mum encountered us on the way to the supermarket. And the police officer said, well, can I have a look around your house? I thought, that's really weird. Why? I said the kid's with his mum. How'd you know? The police officer said, how'd you know it was the mother? I said, well, the siblings recognized him, and they had the same colored skin, and they looked like the family, and they, the young sister even recognized him. So pretty sure it was the mother. Oh, did you get their name and all this? I said, no, mate, it's not my right to ask this woman, what's your name, etc. I don't know this kid from a bar of soap. And so the police officer said, well, and he had a female officer with him. And then they said, well, if I don't check your house, this sergeant is going to, ask me why I didn't do that. And so they started asking my ex-wife in the backyard about this story, which she had no idea. She's just sitting in the back. And I thought, no good deed goes unpunished. No good deed goes unpunished. How intrusive and how really traumatic for me that I just wanted to help, and then I was looked at as being a pedophile or a child molester or something. And just because I wanted to help, they're going through my personal home now looking for this kid. And it looks really strange because I've got the teacher cell stuff, because I was a online English teacher. That's why I still have the backdrop. And so I thought, oh, okay, that looks a little weird. But I think my ex-wife said, look, he's a teacher. But I really, really was upset about that. And we hear so many cases of women on subways not getting defended by men and all this sort of stuff going on. You know what I mean? That the person trying to do the right thing is the one that gets in trouble or killed or hurt or harassed or sued or whatever. And I mean, it's just my rant that what kind of society are we living in? Can you imagine 50 years ago that wouldn't have been the case? They wouldn't be looking at the person who is trying to save the kid as the perpetrator or something. I think it's just really sad and disappointing that we're living in a society like that. But I guess another person would think twice about doing the right thing in that situation. That's what worries me. Would I do the same thing again? And honestly, I would. I don't care. But I think the point is this. I think you got to be really careful this day and age about how you intervene into matters that that you yourself can get in trouble with or killed or whatever, and really have that in the forefront of your mind when you're helping somebody else, when you're helping somebody out. I think that's the only way that if you're really going to intervene and try and do something good, I think that's the only way, now coming to think about it, that you should approach this subject, is always think about protecting your own behind, about however you interact or help. Always think about, how can I have a witness? How can I have this videoed? How can I protect myself whilst I'm trying to help somebody else? I think that's the only way forward. Anyway, that's my little 2 cents worth. Got it off my chest. I may have spoken about this before, but I just thought lately that it bothered me again. And I thought I'd immortalize it on video. So what do you think about this whole situation? Please leave a comment. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. Teacher Sal out. God bless.